Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping right into Six Sigma, a methodology that's all about achieving a level of quality so high it's practically perfect. And it all boils down to one single, incredibly ambitious number. 3.4. That's it. That's the magic number. The entire Six Sigma philosophy is built around this goal. To get your process so dialed in, so consistent, that you only have 3.4 defects for every million chances for one to happen. It's not just a vague idea of good quality. It's a hard statistical definition of near perfection.
So, you see, Six Sigma is two things at once. It's the destination, that 3.4 number, and it's the detailed roadmap that gets you there. It was famously pioneered by Motorola back in the 80s, and it's built on a simple but powerful idea. Variation is the enemy. Every little inconsistency in a process is a chance for a defect. So if you can systematically hunt down and eliminate that variation, you stop defects before they even have a chance to start.
And that gets us to the core promise of Six Sigma. It completely flips the script on traditional quality control. Instead of waiting until the end of the production line to find mistakes, you build quality into the process itself. The whole point is to move beyond just spotting problems, and instead to systematically find and eliminate the root causes of those problems for good. So how do you actually do that? Well, it's not guesswork. It's done through a highly disciplined 5-phase framework called DMAIC. Think of it as the go-to playbook for every single Six Sigma project. It gives you a logical, step-by-step path to take any existing process from where it is now to where you want it to be. What makes DMAIC so effective is just how logical it is. First, you define exactly what the problem is, no vague descriptions. Then you measure the heck out of the current process to get a solid, data-driven baseline. Now here's the crucial part. Analyze. This is where you have to resist the urge to jump to conclusions and instead use the data to find the real root cause. Only after that do you improve the process. And finally, and this is key, you put a control system in place to make sure all your hard work sticks. That analyze phase, that's where the real detective work begins. This isn't about gut feelings or what you think might be wrong. It's about using specific, proven tools to dig deep, get past the symptoms you see on the surface, and find out what's really causing the issue. So how do you actually do that? How do you drill down past the obvious symptom, like a machine stopping, to find the fundamental problem that you can actually fix permanently? Well, Six Sigma has a whole toolkit for just this kind of investigation. One of the classic tools is the Fishbone diagram, sometimes called a cause and effect diagram. It's a fantastic way to visually brainstorm with your team. You put the problem at the head of the fish, and then you map out every single potential cause along the bones, grouping them into categories. It makes sure you're looking at the problem from every possible angle. Another great one is the 5 whys. It sounds almost too simple, but it is incredibly powerful. You just keep asking why to peel back the layers of a problem. So, the machine stopped. Why? The fuse blew. Why? It overloaded. Why? The bearing seized up. Why? It wasn't getting lubricated. Why? The intake for the lubrication pump was clogged. And boom, you've gone from a blown fuse to a clogged intake, which is a root cause you can actually fix. Okay, all of this theory and all these tools are great, but what really matters is the result, right? Does this stuff actually make a difference? The answer is a resounding yes. The real power of Six Sigma is how it translates these process improvements into cold, hard, quantifiable business results. Let's just start with the company that invented it. Motorola didn't just see a little improvement, they reported an incredible $17 billion in savings from using Six Sigma. That's not just optimizing a process, that's transforming a business. And it's not just a one-off story. Just look at the Red River Army Depot. They applied Six Sigma to how they assembled Humvees, and the result was a mind-blowing 7,000% increase in production. Now get this, they did that while also cutting their costs by almost 50%. That's the dream, right? Better quality, more output, and lower costs all at the same time. And you can see that impact at scale. Across more than 1,000 different projects, the U.S. Army has saved nearly $2 billion by using these principles. It just shows that this methodology works, whether you're making a product, running logistics, or even processing paperwork. Now, you often hear Six Sigma mentioned in the same breath as lean. It's important to know they're two different things, but they work together perfectly. Think of it like this. Six Sigma is obsessed with reducing variation to make a process consistently good. Lean, on the other hand, is obsessed with eliminating waste to make a process fast and efficient. You can have a perfect, high-quality process that's way too slow, or a super fast process that makes a lot of mistakes. You really need both, which is why Lean Six Sigma is such a powerful combination. But here's the thing. The ultimate goal isn't just to complete a bunch of successful projects. It's to fundamentally change the culture. It's about embedding these principles so deep into the organization's DNA that continuous improvement becomes the default way of thinking for everyone. And that culture is built through a structured system of training and expertise, which is represented by these certification belts. It works just like in martial arts. You start with a white belt for basic awareness, then move up to yellow and green belts who contribute to and lead projects, all the way up to black belts and master black belts who are the experts and strategic coaches. It creates a built-in structure to keep the momentum going. So, if you take away one thing, let it be this. Six Sigma is not a quick fix or program of the month. It's a long-term commitment. For it to truly work, you need leadership to be fully on board, and you need a relentless focus on training your people so they have the skills to not just make improvements, but to make them last. We'll end on a question for you to think about. Every single process in your organization, no matter how simple, has variation in it. Some you can see, and a lot you can't. The lesson from Six Sigma is that variation is never free. It costs you money, it costs you time, it creates rework, and it frustrates your customers. So the real question is, what are those hidden variations costing you?